ChatGPT is one of the most trendiest websites in the recent months. Everybody is talking about ChatGPT. But in today's video, we are going to talk about how ChatGPT was actually created. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a chatbot which was launched in November 2022 by OpenAI. OpenAI is a popular AI research and development company. OpenAI is also popular for previously publishing DALL-E, which was also an AI which generates images on the basis of text input. DALL-E is also one of the trendiest AI, but we will talk about DALL-E in a separate video in the future. For now, let's focus on ChatGPT. ChatGPT is based on the GPT 3.5 version. So to understand this, first let's understand what is GPT. So GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Basically, transformer is an architecture which is popularly used in natural language processing. In 2018, first version of GPT-1 was launched by OpenAI through a blog. The blog was named Improving Language Understanding with Unsupervised Learning, with a research paper Improve Language Learning Understanding by Generative Pre-training. Many datasets were used to train this particular model. One of such database is Book Corpus database, which contains over 7,000 unique unpublished books. But first version had some drawback. First drawback was it lacked computation. It required to be trained on more dataset and huge computation was required. And another drawback was that it was trained on the book dataset, but it doesn't contain enough information about how the natural world works. So it was one of its drawback. So after a year of research, second version of GPT-2 was launched through a blog, namely Better Language Model and Their Implication. So it was trained on 40 GB of internet data to predict the next word. Here GPT-2 shows a huge improvement. It was trained with more than 10x parameters and was trained on more than 10x amount of data. And again after a year, in 11 June 2020, GPT-3 preprint was published, which highlighted that GPT-3 achieves strong performance on many NLP datasets, which includes translation from one language to another and also question answering. On the same date, GPT-3 API private beta was also launched, which was available to public access, by using which you can test GPT-3 model via an API. Now that GPT-3 has launched its API and also was able to do translation and question answering, they were looking someone to license them. So on 22nd September 2020, Microsoft teamed up with OpenAI to license GPT-3 so that they can offer GPT services through an API of Azure services. And later in June 2021, API was published via Azure. And finally on 18 November 2021, GPT-3's API was open to public without any waitlist. And again after more research and more improvement, they launched InstructGPT, which is now known as GPT 3.5 in 27 Jan 2022. It was named InstructGPT because model was made to follow instruction provided by the user, or we can say human feedback. So in this particular InstructGPT version, it shows 84% more truthful result, 1.5 years more knowledge, and 58% less hallucinative, and 1.9x larger context window. And they also said that their new aligned object is to be useful, truthful and careful. And after InstructGPT, or you can say GPT 3.5 was launched, it was available through an API. There was no UI or any website where we can access GPT 3.5. And finally on 13 November 2023, they launched ChatGPT, and they named it as ChatGPT Optimizing Language for Dialogue. And they launched their website through chat.openai.com, where you can ask questions and model will answer your queries. And soon after its release, it got viral. It got good word of mouth. And on December 4, they hit million users. And in the next month, January 2023, ChatGPT had over 100 million users, which was within 2 months of their release. So actually, who is behind ChatGPT? ChatGPT was created by a team which was led by John Schulman with several other researchers. And later after a month, on February 1, 2023, they launched ChatGPT Plus, which is available for about $20 per month. And subscribers will receive number of benefits like general access to ChatGPT even during peak times. So one of the main issues people feel while using the free version of ChatGPT is that during peak time or when many people are trying to use ChatGPT, it cannot handle. The server got overloaded. So to solve this problem, ChatGPT created ChatGPT Plus. So they have said that ChatGPT Plus subscribers will get access to ChatGPT even during peak times. And other benefits of ChatGPT Plus are faster response time and prior access to new features and improvements. Now, since 100 million users have already registered through ChatGPT, OpenAI continues to gather data that could be further used to train the ChatGPT model and fine-tune it. There is also an option to upvote or downvote the answers which are provided by ChatGPT, and there is also an option to send additional feedback. And while we all are waiting for ChatGPT 4 and people are saying there will be huge improvements and huge changes in it, and obviously it will first be available for ChatGPT Plus users. So there are many positives of ChatGPT. You can use to solve coding problems, ask any question, ask them to create question papers, ask them to write a poem, story. ChatGPT can do many things. But barring that, there are some negative points to ChatGPT as well. ChatGPT has been met with widespread and severe criticism from education, journalists, artists, academics, and public advocates as well. Most of the people say that ChatGPT cannot be trusted easily, and it is true. The answers from the ChatGPT cannot be trusted, because it is an AI, it can make mistakes. And also a question answering website called Stack Overflow has asked to ban the usage of ChatGPT for generating answers to the questions, citing the fact that the ChatGPT's response natures are very ambiguous. Finally, I would like to give some personal thoughts about ChatGPT. It is very great for programming and problem solving. Mainly in programming, if you get stuck anywhere, you can ask them. It will highlight the problem and error on the specific line as well. So that is very great thing about it. But I feel that ChatGPT is not great for creative tasks, but there are some exceptions. People are generating stories, poems from ChatGPT, and it can be very good for automation and basic math and science problem as well. But there are some exceptions to it as well. Once I tried to change a number from decimal to binary via ChatGPT, but it showed the wrong result. So I hope they will figure out such minor details in the future improvements. And finally, I would like to say it is an AI model. Once we ask the question, it doesn't validate the answers from the question. So fact checking is missing there. So we cannot be 100% sure about the answer that ChatGPT gives to us. But we cannot discount the fact that this tech revolutionized the world. There is no doubt on that. Many people think that ChatGPT is just a basic AI. It was created easily. But it is not the truth. There was years of hard work and research to build this particular AI. We cannot say that ChatGPT is a small tool which was built easily and got overnight success. There was years of hard work and number of papers published here. In 2018, its first version was published, and there was about 4 years of hard work in research in creating this particular AI. So long story short, behind the success of ChatGPT, there was years and years of hard work and research. So this was the video about ChatGPT, how ChatGPT was created, how researchers have worked on it for years. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment down below, and thank you for watching this video till the end.